The medical bay of the Zenith Accord hummed with alien anxiety. Dr. Mara stood before the observation window, her steady gaze fixed on the creature that had every medic on the station paralyzed with fear. Behind the reinforced glass lay a Vrakan apex predator, its massive form barely contained within the isolation chamber. 8 meters of pure muscle, chitinous armor, and evolutionary perfection designed for one purpose: killing. Commander Kor, the station's Valerian administrator, approached with his typical 3-legged gait, his bioluminescent markings flickering nervously. Dr. Mara, I must insist you reconsider. The Vrakan are beyond our medical capabilities. Even sedated, it could tear through this station's hull. Mara didn't turn from the window. She watched the creature's labored breathing, noted the discoloration spreading across its thorax, saw the way its 6 eyes had dulled from their typical predatory gleam. It's dying, Commander. That toxin is shutting down its neural pathways. Then nature takes its course, Kor replied, his translator rendering his relief into clinical detachment. The Vrakan have terrorized shipping lanes for generations. Perhaps the galaxy is safer. No. Mara's voice carried the weight of finality. She finally turned to face the commander, her human eyes meeting his clustered optical organs. We're doctors, not executioners. Kor's markings flashed crimson, alarm in Valerian body language. Your species' compassion borders on madness. 17 medical staff have refused to enter that chamber. The sedatives barely slow it down. One mistake, one moment of consciousness, and it will kill whoever is inside. Mara pulled her dark hair into a tight ponytail, already running through treatment protocols in her mind. Then I go alone. Absolutely not. The Council put me in charge of xenobiology because humans have something you don't, Commander. She began gathering supplies, her movements efficient and purposeful. We evolved alongside apex predators. We understand them. You were prey, Kor corrected. Your species should fear such creatures most of all. A slight smile crossed Mara's face. We were prey that learned to fight back. That's the difference. Within the hour, Dr. Mara stood at the chamber entrance, her medical kit strapped across her back, a neural inhibitor clutched in one hand. Through the intercom, she could hear Kor's protests, the worried chittering of the Sesic medical staff, the deep rumbling of the station's Gorlath security officer offering to accompany her. She declined them all. The door hissed open. The Vrakan's scent hit her immediately: musk, alien biochemistry, and the acrid smell of failing organs. Every human instinct screamed danger. Her amygdala fired warning signals, flooding her system with adrenaline. Her ancestors had fled from creatures like this, had hidden in caves and trees while apex predators ruled the night. But her ancestors had also stood their ground. Mara approached slowly, maintaining non-threatening posture while staying alert. The Vrakan's eyes tracked her movement, still conscious enough to register threat. Its mandibles clicked weakly, a sound that on a healthy specimen would precede a lethal strike. Easy, she whispered, knowing it couldn't understand English, but hoping her tone carried intent. I'm here to help. She activated the neural inhibitor, watching the creature's tension ease slightly. Not unconscious, she couldn't risk the dosage that would be required, but dulled. Mara moved closer, placing one hand on its chitinous plating. Warm, feverish. Through the observation window, Kor watched in horrified fascination as the human doctor worked. She moved around the Vrakan with practiced precision, scanning its biology, identifying the toxin's progression, calculating dosages of antivenom that had never been tested on its species. She spoke constantly, her voice steady, as if the creature could understand her reassurances. The toxin is protein-based, Mara reported through her comm, similar structure to Earth's cone snail venom. I can synthesize a counteragent, but I need to monitor its reaction. I'm staying inside. Dr. Mara, that's non-negotiable, Commander. For 3 hours, Mara worked. She administered the antivenom in careful increments, monitoring neural response, adjusting ratios. The Vrakan drifted in and out of awareness. Once, its massive claw flexed toward her, and through the window, Kor saw his medical staff flinch. But Mara simply placed her hand on the claw, applying gentle pressure, and the creature stilled. How is she doing that? Whispered Tala, a Sesic nurse, her antenna quivering. Kor's markings shifted to thoughtful amber. Humans call it bedside manner. I'm beginning to understand it's more than courtesy. As the treatment progressed, the Vraken's breathing steadied. The discoloration began to recede. Its eyes regained their predatory sharpness, fixing on the small human who had dared enter its domain. Mara met that gaze without flinching. "You're going to live," she told it. "And when you're healed, we're releasing you. I know what you are. I know what you've done. But today, you're just a patient." In that moment, something passed between predator and former prey. Not friendship, not trust, but recognition. The Vraken's mandibles clicked softly, a sound the translator couldn't interpret, but Mara understood in the universal language of gratitude. When Mara finally emerged from the chamber 12 hours later, exhausted but successful, she found the entire medical staff waiting. Kor approached, his markings displaying colors she'd never seen before, respect tinged with awe. "Dr. Mara," he began, then paused. "How did you maintain such composure?" Even I, watching from safety, felt fear. Mara stretched her sore muscles and offered a tired smile. "Commander, my ancestors survived the African savanna. They stared down lions, outwitted leopards, and eventually dominated a planet full of creatures designed to kill them. Fear is just information. What you do with it, that's what matters." She gestured to the recovering Vraken. "You see a monster. I see a patient with a complex biology that responded beautifully to treatment. Tomorrow I'll teach your staff how to replicate the procedure." "They will be reluctant," Kor admitted. "Then I'll keep treating the scary ones until they learn." Mara's expression turned serious. "Because that's what humans do, Commander. We don't run from apex predators anymore. We study them, we understand them, and when necessary, we save them." As word spread throughout the Zenith Accord, the other species began to understand something about humanity. They weren't the strongest species, nor the smartest, nor the longest lived. But they possessed something that millennia of evolution had forged, the ability to face their fears and transform them into compassion. The Vraken recovered fully and was released as promised. Some said it was foolish, others called it dangerous. But Dr. Mara simply called it medicine, and throughout the galaxy the legend grew. If you wanted the impossible treated, if you needed someone to face the unfaceable, you called for a human healer. Because they, alone among the stars, had learned the ultimate lesson of survival. Sometimes the bravest thing a predator's descendant can do is heal instead of harm.